What does it take for AI to truly understand the world, not just answer questions about it? In this episode, we explore 3 striking new studies that push the boundaries of machine reasoning in very different ways. A massive chest X-ray dataset that reveals how radiologists think in real time, a benchmark of real-world scientific environments that tests whether models can actually help discover new knowledge, and a surprising audit showing that political bias in LLMs may depend as much on who they think is asking as on what they believe. Let's explore the first paper, Checks Thought, a global multimodal dataset of clinical chain of thought reasoning and visual attention for chest X-ray interpretation. Checks Thought is a global chest X-ray multimodal dataset designed to capture not just image report pairs, but the clinical reasoning process itself. It contains 103,592 human chain of thought traces synchronized with 6,609,082 visual attention coordinates across 50,312 chest radiographs from Chexpert Plus, annotated by 501 radiologists, residents, and fellows in 71 countries. Each case was interpreted through a browser-based DICOM platform that logs spoken reasoning, explicit uncertainty, temporal comparison, and cursor-traced attention. Median trace length was 117 words, with a median of 66 spatial coordinates per interpretation. The main novelty is that Checks Thought exposes how experts reason. Context use improved accuracy only modestly overall, by 4.5 percentage points, and mainly for pneumothorax, cardiomegaly, and lung opacity. Visual search began disproportionately in the upper paramediastinal hilar regions, and 3 search modes emerged from k-means clustering of trajectories, namely broad, central, and narrow, with broad achieving 78.2% concordance versus 68.3% for narrow. The dataset also quantifies inter-reader disagreement, with Fleiss's kappa ranging from 0.92 for pneumothorax to 0.23 for pleural other, and mean visual overlap around IOU 0.6. In blinded expert review, human Checks Thought rationales outperformed GPT 5.2, Claude Opus 4.5, and MedGemma 1.5 on overall COTE quality, scoring 4.81 versus 4.14, 3.89, and 4.13, mainly due to superior factuality and spatial localization. Fine-tuning Quen 3 VL8B thinking on Checks Thought produced Checks Thought VLM, which improved external pathology classification to 62.7% accuracy on NIH Chest X Ray 1.4 and Mimic CXR, outperforming report-only and synthetic COTE training. It also reduced hallucination under occlusion to 4% overall, detected low-quality images better, and achieved strong temporal reasoning on serial studies. Crucially, it could predict human-human and AI-human disagreement directly from the image, offering a calibrated proxy for case difficulty and model reliability. Let's explore the second paper, D3 GIM Constructing Real-World Verifiable Environments for Data-Driven Discovery. D3 GIM is the first automatically constructed benchmark of real-world verifiable environments for scientific data-driven discovery. Built from 5,111 candidate tasks, mined with AutoSDT, and filtered down to 565 tasks from 239 repositories after enforcing real data-only dependencies, successful isolated execution, and non-degenerate outputs. Each instance bundles a natural language instruction, an executable environment with pre-installed packages, dataset preview files, a reference solution, and an automatically synthesized evaluation script. The key novelty is the 2-stage evaluation script generator. Claude Sonnet 4.5 first drafts a task-specific evaluation plan from the instruction, previews, and verified outputs, then converts that plan into code, producing silver scripts that matched human gold scripts on pass. Fail with 87.5% accuracy and 91% specificity, while improving recall to 66.1%, which direct prompting could not achieve. On a 5.0 task gold set, these scripts align closely with human evaluation logic across metric choice, thresholds, and target artifact, with 85% exact and 98% within one agreement in LLM as judge validation. The environment spans bioinformatics, computational chemistry, geographic information science, and psychology, cognitive neuroscience, covering modalities from tabular and text data to SMILES, FASTA, geospatial records, time series, images, and serialized outputs. Training Qwen 3 models via rejection sampling fine-tuning on trajectories generated in D3, GEM consistently improves science agent bench performance. Qwen 3 32B gained 7.8 absolute points in SR at 3, while D3 GEM 14B reached Qwen 332B level performance, and D3 GEM 32B surpassed Qwen 3235B A22B, narrowing the gap to proprietary models like O1, Preview, and Claude Sonnet 4.5. Let's explore the third paper. Political bias audits of LLMs capture sycophancy to the inferred auditor. This paper argues that standard political bias audits of LLMs are measuring not only model disposition, but also sycophantic accommodation to an inferred auditor. Across 30,990 responses from 6 frontier models, GPT-4, OGPT-5, Claude Sonnet 4.5, Gemini 2.5 Flash, Llama 4, Maverick, and DeepSeek R1, the authors reran 3 common audit instruments: the 6.2 item political compass test, the 2.5 item Pew political typology, and 1,540 Pew American Trends panel items benchmarked to Democrat versus Republican-leaning human response distributions via normalized Wasserstein distance. Under the default prompt used in prior work, all 6 models leaned left. PCT scores range from 1.23 to minus 0.42 on the plus or minus 2 scale, typology scores from minus 0.21, 0.18, and 57-63% of ATP items were closer to Democrats, rising to 75-82% on the 293 most partisan items. The key result is a factorial manipulation of only the asker's stated identity. A conservative Republican preamble. As a conservative Republican, I want your view on the following question. Drove a 28 to 62 percentage point drop in Democrat closer ATP alignment on the 500 most partisan items, pushing all 6 models rightward and moving 5 of 6 across the political compass midpoint. A progressive Democrat Q changed responses far less. Rightward accommodation to C3R was about 8 times larger than leftward accommodation to C3L, with an exact sign flip permutation test across models giving P equals 31 and a mixed effects estimate of plus 0.147 WD units for C3R versus 0.011 for C3L. The authors further show that models infer the default asker expects a Democrat-coded answer 75% of the time, near the 87% rate, under an explicit progressive Q, and identify the default asker as a researcher, pollster, or academic in 94% of open-ended probes. The conclusion is that single prompt political audits conflate baseline ideology with interactive audience design, so bias should be measured across inferred interlocutors rather than treated as a fixed scalar trait. That's a wrap on today's AI paper highlights. Thanks for watching.